All right, what's up, guys? Parting Vesuvian here with you at halftime as the Chiefs trailed the Bills on the road 16-14. A game that's had 4 lead changes in this one here. Buffalo struck first in this one, but the PAT miss that has created these lead changes here where you have Kansas City taking the lead at 2 different occasions, but Buffalo able to get it back. And now they sit with the lead and will get the ball to start the second half, which is a pretty big deal in this game. So they definitely have the advantage right now. But I do like what I'm seeing from Kansas City outside of the opening possession from the Chiefs. Offensively, it's been kind of an up and down offensive game. 2 different occasions on third down where Mahomes has gotten sacked, and it's on situations where it's not like their pass catchers are going deep down the field. They're in there for those short, medium routes. Tony Romo was kind of alluding to that at one point. And Mahomes just not able to get anyone. There's no one getting open, and the pass protection is not there for that long period of time. And that's allowed Mahomes to get taken down there. So Kansas City's got to do a better job with the pass protection there. Again, third and short situations, like 3rd and 5, the situations that are not too difficult. The Chiefs are making it harder than it needs to be there. But some positives from the Chiefs, offensively speaking. Xavier Worthy got going. I know he had that one catch that wasn't a catch, was out of bounds, but it got to be better than that, because that really was a difference maker on that drive, and that led to, I think, a 3 and out. That's where they had that big brawl between Trey Smith and one of the defenders for Buffalo. But I like what I'm seeing from Kansas City. Worthy getting involved a lot, 4 catches for 61 yards. Noah Gray having a pretty good day, getting involved for a couple of catches, including one in the end zone. Peyton Hendershot had a really nice first down reception as well. Travis Kelce was targeted once, but we've yet to see Travis Kelce get involved in this game. And listen, Kelce and Hopkins, they only combined for 1 catch for 5 yards. That one catch, that was the one where Sean McDermott wanted to challenge the play. Not really sure why. But those guys have been pretty quiet. And for the Chiefs to be down by just 2, perhaps maybe not the worst thing in the world. You got to get Kelce and Hopkins going in the second half. Absolutely need to get them going. Mecole Hardman has gotten a little bit more involved in this game. He had a run, had a catch. Kelce, on the other hand, no receptions, nothing in this one for him. So hopefully the Chiefs can get Kelce more involved, because he's been playing a lot better after those first 3 weeks where he was very quiet. DeAndre Hopkins, only 1 catch for him. But if those guys are being quiet, someone's got to step up. And fortunately, in this game, it's been Xavier Worthy. And this is good, because all week long, I've been talking about this connection between Mahomes and Worthy, and it's really not where it should be right now. This right here, that's what we want to see. 4 catches, 61 yards in the first half. That was huge. That was really huge. Would have liked to see Worthy just stay in bounds. Maybe Mahomes get the ball to him a little more quickly. Would have been a massive play right there. Probably could have just jogged it in for a touchdown at that point too, because no Buffalo defender was close to him. So, if they can work on that connection there deep down the field, that'll be better. Yeah, Hardman makes me a little nervous too because of what happened last year, but hopefully he's learned from that. Let's go to the defensive side. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple of people mention the blitz. Yeah, Jamie, I see you. Renee, I see you. I tweeted this on 3rd and 9 after the Bills got their first touchdown when they got the ball back from the Chiefs on a 3-and-out short drive. On 3rd and 9, the Bills convert, and I'm saying, why are you not blitzing? It was just a 4-man rush. Then they actually blitz on the next 3rd down play. It was 3rd and 8. Funny enough, Chris Jones actually backed out, went into coverage. That is something we never see. If you guys have a chance, go rewind that and watch that. It was the second drive, the last play of the second drive for the Buffalo Bills before the punt. So that was an interesting little call there by Spags for Chris Jones to show blitz, but then, not necessarily blitz, but make it look like he's going to go after Allen, but actually backs out of it. And it wasn't a sack, but they got a pressure on Josh Allen, which was huge. The biggest play to me so far in this game, and I know the Bills have the lead, but this kind of feels like a bit of a momentum shift where Shamari Connor got that 4th down interception there on a, what was it? I think it was like 4th and 3, 4th and 2. It wasn't like anything insurmountable, but the Chiefs came away with a big interception there from Shamari Connor, running it back 29 yards. And the Chiefs went on to cash in getting that touchdown to Noah Gray. I feel like ever since that interception happened, things kind of flipped. I know the Chiefs defense, little weak on that 2-minute drive there, but sometimes that happens inside 2 minutes, even with the best defenses, as long as they found a way to keep Allen and the Bills out of the end zone. That tackle 2 plays before the field goal, that was huge because the Bills, kind of risky, they went for it on 3rd and 10, going deep down the field, but it was out of reach because they wanted to preserve time. So Tyler Bass can go make that go-ahead field goal there right before halftime. So Chiefs defense, I like what I'm seeing from them, but yeah, more blitzing would be nice. More blitzing would be nice. Terrell Bernard and Von Miller, I mean, those are the 2 guys who have the sack, and I mentioned earlier, those are both 3rd down sacks. I said this earlier this week. Von Miller, he only had 3 sacks coming into this game. You cannot write off. If you're a Chiefs fan, you know you can never write off Von Miller, regardless how little he plays now compared to how much he's played in the past. Von Miller, always a force to be reckoned with, and this is someone that could always give the Buffalo defense an extra push there, and that's exactly what Von did on one of those 3rd down plays. The pass protection, yeah, that's always been it's always been rough. It's always been rough. So this is, again, halftime adjustments. What have I said? The Chiefs are always the best at getting these halftime adjustments, especially Steve Spagnuolo. They've got to do a better job with the blitzing here, and I'm sure Spags is going to install that into the brains of their defensive players and try to get that to come out of the second half, especially with Buffalo starting off, because Kansas City started off with the football in this game, and 2 plays in, Mahomes threw a pick there. Fortunately, the Chiefs were able to get a couple of touchdowns after that, but you never want to open a drive throwing a pick, committing a turnover, and then letting them cash in, scoring points off turnovers, essentially. And that's what the thing Buffalo does. They're the best at it. So Kansas City, it'd be nice if they could open up this second half series with a takeaway of its own, because that would be huge. That could really help change the direction of this game. A Buffalo touchdown, that makes it a 2-possession game. That's where things start to get interesting. If you're Kansas City, what do you do offensively? We know this offense hasn't really been good, but I saw the comment earlier, I think from Antoinette, that the Chiefs are more of a second half team. So hopefully the Chiefs can come out better. Again, like I said, with the offense, DeAndre Hopkins has just 1 catch. Travis Kelce, no catches, 1 target. So you got to get those guys much more involved. It's nice to see Xavier Worthy go out there and make some plays, but you got to get your 2 future Hall of Famers, Hopkins and Kelce, more involved in this game here. Okay, I'm going to read some comments here. Where are we? We're almost 8 minutes in, so we probably have a minute or 2. I'll tighten up on the coverage. Yeah, Nazeeh Johnson, man, he's having a really rough go at it. I know Spags has praised him in the past, even before that injury he had in training camp last year, but we're not seeing that that Nazeeh Johnson come to fruition, unfortunately. He's been getting beat a lot. Quarterbacks are picking on him, and they're going to continue to pick on him this year. Chiefs have to contain Allen. I feel like that's the Bills' game plan in the second half. There was that one moment, I think that led to the 4th and short play. Chris Jones missed that sack there, but you had Nick Bolton. He came up with that nice tackle. Allen could have stretched for maybe a yard or 2, and that really prevented the first down there. So that's going to be Nick Bolton's responsibility in the second half. So, yeah, continue doing that. Got to have that spy on Josh Allen. What about Pat having Worthy wide open by 10 yards and throwing him out of bounds? Yeah, Gary, we went over that. That connection needs to be better. That connection has not been there deep down the field when Worthy, again, no one, I said this, but I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. Nobody was within any distance to tackle Worthy. Worthy probably could have jogged that to the end zone. Jogging for him is probably full speed for those defensive players there. You gotta hit on that. You can't miss. And Mahomes, if he was just half a second quicker on that, I think you get a touchdown. Worthy's got to take some responsibility for that as well. You got to keep your feet. If you're in a position where the ball is near the sidelines, got to stay in bounds. Got to work on the toe work there. And when DeAndre Hopkins is your teammate, I think that's the guy you got to pick his brain and learn how to do those things. So hopefully they can work on that. But hey, so far in this game, they've been not bad together. And in fact, pretty good. Pretty good. The Chiefs aren't focused today. They have Carolina next week, Eric says. Well, we'll worry about Carolina later. My Chiefs going to shut all these Buffalo trollers up, going to be crying after the game like usual, Enrique says. Sure wish old Worthy. Yeah, he's had a couple of those this year, unfortunately. Yeah, Matthew, a lot of people have been saying that Chiefs are a better second half team. Yeah, and when you see Von Miller, when you have Epinenza, I mean Bernard, Terrell Bernard, you gotta do a better job of pass protecting, and part of that might be going out there leaving a running back or a tight end. Why not? You need to do that. Protect Patrick Mahomes, for crying out loud. Yeah, exactly, Rochelle. I don't want to hear anything about the refs. Every spot review call favored by the Bills. I mean, there was that missed face mask on Chris Jones, but look, this is every single game, every single team, every single game they get away with stuff, and every team gets a favorable call or maybe a missed call that kind of goes in their favor. Should have kept Snead. Then how do you keep Chris Jones? I mean, listen, I'm a huge fan of Snead and miss him, but if you kept Snead, you don't keep Jones, and I don't think you have the defensive front without Jones's presence. You just don't. Sam, I think it's on both. I would disagree with you and say it's more on Mahomes than Worthy. You got to get that ball out there a little quicker. And I listen, I'll cut Mahomes a little bit of slack here because those offensive tackles, they're not doing a good job of pass protecting. Look, again, I said this before. I like the fact that the Chiefs got Hopkins. I would not have been opposed if it was an offensive tackle instead, but I don't know who would have been available at that time to trade for. Even the guys who are available in free agency, Bakhtiari and Donovan Smith. I don't know. Maybe the Chiefs go out there and give them a ring because they do need to protect Patrick Mahomes. Wanya Morris is not cutting in. Kingsley Suamataia is inactive in this game. That was a little bit of a surprise. I say a little bit because, you can understand the reasoning for it, but who's going to be the backup if Wanya gets hurt? Because he's been dealing with a couple of injuries this year. Stop letting him slip passes. Yeah, I think the Chiefs defense has been allowing some of that. Okay, looks like we're coming back, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Hey, come back after the game. We're going to be doing the Chiefs Zone podcast live. I'll be reading your comments. I'll read your or take your video calls. I'll have the link after the show. Video calls, just got to click the link, turn on your audio and your video. Then you'll be on hold, just like a phone call for a radio station. So call in after the game, comment after the game. We got a lot of things to talk about, win or lose. So we'll discuss it afterwards. Until then, talk to you then. Enjoy the second half. Peace out, guys. Go Chiefs.